It's Wednesday, April 24th. We got 4 Premier League matches today. That means a 4-game DK slate. I'm going to go over all the lineups as they come out. This is a lineup release show. We got one. We got 3 more to go. All right, before we get to that first one, make sure to check out Jack Burkhart's article on the site, rotowire.com/soccer. You click into it here. I did put this one under the paywall, so it was free earlier this morning. Now it's under the paywall. But we do have Bruno Fernandes on the cover, so we kind of know where he's going right there. But rotowire.com/soccer trial. If you don't have access to that, that's a 48-hour trial. You get access to that, to the article, and also to the cheat sheets. But for free, we have a betting show we got a couple bets in here. Got the Merseyside Derby bets in here and a couple others for today's matches. But let's check it out. Let's check out what everyone is here for. So with the first one, Wolverhampton. They got some players returning here. And this is kind of what Gary O'Neill mentioned in his press conference. So check this out. Semedo back in the squad. Aït-Nouri back in the 11. The 3 center backs are the same. Gomez, Lamina, and then Doyle. In this midfield, it's been kind of when this midfield trio has kind of started. João Gomez is the one that's slightly getting more forward, and Opta has been calling him the attacking midfielder in this formation. Again, I'm not sure it means. I originally thought it meant a little more in DFS, but I'm not sure if I can actually get there. Doyle will split set pieces as well. Pablo Sarabia back in the 11. He had a groin complaint, but I think he's fine. He came off the bench against Arsenal. He was rested a little bit. O'Neill said he's good to start these next 2 matches, so I wouldn't worry about minutes completely, though there's a chance he is subbed off early. Hwang, another start. Again, he can only go 45 minutes in that last match. But again, the bench is pretty thin. So on the bench, Cunha will probably come on for Hee-Chan, actually. And then you got Doherty and Hugo Bueno for the wings. I guess I will see about the fitness of Aït-Nouri. There's a possibility of, if Aït-Nouri is ready to go 90, he did come off the bench against Arsenal. If he's ready to go 90, there's a chance where, okay, maybe Sarabia comes off in the 75th minute, and then Aït-Nouri moves up, and then Doherty or Hugo Bueno come in at that left wing back role. So something to keep in mind if you're looking there. Here's for Bournemouth, and let's try to figure this out. Senesi, Zabarnia, Adam Smith again at right back, and it looks like. Yeah, it looks like Milos Kerkez is left back. Lloyd Kelly is on the bench. So that means Kerkez is back to a left back role. He was in an attacking spot last match. And we have Lewis Cook and Ryan Christie as defensive midfielders. Kluivert is in here. So this kind of means Kluivert, Scott, and Semenyo get the start. So Semenyo probably on the right wing or left wing, and then Scott. This could be, I think they started this one recently. Let me pull up the correct cheat sheet here while I'm talking here. But they did this lineup recently. Let me click into Alex Scott. Opta called it a 4-3-3. It was home against Crystal Palace. We can see what happened here where maybe not exactly Philip Billing started this one, but so Alex Scott, Christie, and Lewis Cook. Lewis Cook was a center back in this match, but so we may have a technical 4-3-3 here for Bournemouth, where you have Solanke. Yes, he is in there. Solanke's in there. I didn't say his name originally. Solanke, Semenyo, and then Kluivert. I don't think Kluivert's actually played on a wing this season, technically. Let me click into his profile here to check where he's played. Yeah, it's been mostly this central attacking midfield role. Earlier in the season, he played on the left wing a little bit. So if I had to guess who would play more forward, probably Alex Scott, though there has been times earlier this season for Bournemouth. You can look up this one yourself where he is the defensive midfielder, and then Ryan Christie is playing a little more forward. So if you need a selling point for Ryan Christie, here's your selling point. I'm just clicking through all these profiles, as you can see here, because it only happened a few times. Ryan Christie attacking midfield 1, 2, 3, 4 times this season. So not many times, but it has happened where Christie has been forward, Alex Scott's been a little back further. So maybe a little more defensive than usual for Bournemouth because they are battling some injuries. So coming off the bench, Philip Billing, Enes Unal, Dango Utara will probably come on for one of those guys. Maybe Dango comes on for Semenyo just to replace the 1-to-1 on the wing. And then Adam Smith, I don't know if he's guaranteed for 90. I think he went off at 45 in the last match for Max Aarons because Max Aarons is healthy now. So that is that. What do we got? 4 minutes left for the rest of the lineups here. So looking at the cheat sheet here, again, rotowire.com. If you're just joining now, rotowire.com/soccer trial, 48-hour trial. Once you're in there, you can check out Jack Burkhart's article, award-winning back-to-back at the writer Jack Burkhart, award-winning writer. Check out that article. That is up. That is right on the homepage of rotowire.com/soccer. Look at these odds here, though. Manchester United, the biggest favorite, 2.45 implied goal total. Liverpool, 2.18 implied goal total. Newcastle are, I'd say, surprisingly 1.66 at Crystal Palace. And then Bournemouth, also somewhat surprisingly, 1.56 favorite at Wolverhampton. So that is that matchup. Even though, as we look at the implied goal totals for these 4 matches, sometimes we usually get, this darker red here is usually like, okay, this match is 2.5, 2.6, 2.7 implied goal total. But this 3 implied goal total isn't that small for Wolverhampton and Bournemouth. So, like if you want to fade, if you don't trust Manchester United, though, Sheffield United, it will be hard not to trust Manchester United here. But again, they did just allow 3 goals to Coventry City. Maybe this Liverpool spot. Maybe this is a spot where you find Liverpool to be hard to trust. I'm just pulling up the prior matchup between Manchester United and Sheffield United. It was 2-1. Manchester United only had 14 shots. I did see a rumor earlier this morning where, Neto is not starting for Bournemouth. I missed that one. Mark Travers is back in the starting 11. Is Neto even on the bench? Neto got dropped. All right. Yeah. So Neto is dropped. So again, late in the season, I should have said this at the start. We'll have random rotation because we don't know. Some of these teams don't really have much to play for, and give your legendary goalkeeper some run. So Neto is not in. Wolves should be a lot better. I'm just reading some comments here. Wolves should be a lot better with the players returning. Again, this is a short week. They returned Semedo and eight Nari. Really, they haven't really been at full strength since Pedro Neto. Sorry, I just saw a video. Guess I was mistaken. So since Pedro Neto is out, that's kind of when Wolves fell apart a little bit because they're always this team that was awesome off the counter. Now you remove Pedro Neto, you remove Cunha, and it's just not there. I know Chan is getting back a little bit. Still starting Thomas Doyle / Joel Gomez in this attacking midfield spot with Sarabia. So you still have some absences. Bellegarde's been out for a while as well. So I'm still not sold that Wolverhampton are going to be back to normal, but neither one of these teams has been playing well, so I do think it's in range to have goals here. Ashley Young apparently benched. That would not be surprising because he got a red card the last time in the Merseyside derby. There, we got 1 minute to kick. So if Ashley Young's out, we'll probably get Ben Godfrey playing at right back. That would be my guess, unless Sean Dyche really mixes up his formation, goes with a few center backs. But here we go. We should get some lineups here. So let's refresh this page. Again, this is the Premier League. There you go. Ben Godfrey's. And this is a Premier League Twitter list. Just go to our RotoWire Soccer on Twitter. Go to our list, and you can find this. This is every Premier League team as well as the league. I'm just going to go to the bottom here so I don't miss anything. So starting off with Crystal Palace. One of the lineups where we don't expect any changes, and looking through it, we have a fairly big change for DFS fans. Michael Elise is not in the starting 11, which isn't surprising. Started back-to-back matches. It's a short week coming off his hamstring injury. So Michael Elise on the bench, Edwards on the bench. Again, short week. So Elise probably going to come on for IU at some point in this one. So that is one thing DFS players don't have to worry about. Michael Elise is out. That means we could get Eze and I think Wharton actually still split set pieces with Eze. Yeah, I'm fairly certain. I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did. I just want to double check this right now before I mess something up. Okay, maybe he wasn't splitting set pieces, so I take that back. Maybe it's going to be all Eze, the majority of set pieces there for Crystal Palace. So that's the one change here for Crystal Palace. Otherwise, no changes. Chris Richards started over the weekend. He's good to go. Munoz, Mitchell on the wings. So we're good right there. Here's the Liverpool 11. Center back, we got Van Dijk and Konate next to each other. TAA and Robertson are both starting. I just don't think TAA is ready for 90. Maybe not slightly surprised that he is starting this one, but this is 3 straight starts in 7 days. 3 starts in 7 days coming off his injury. So I think he's going to get subbed off early is kind of what I'm getting at, depending on the match goes. But I don't think anyone is safe in Liverpool. We saw over the weekend, they rotated a bunch. They got that win 3-1 at Fulham. I don't know who is actually safe in this lineup. The midfield, Curtis Jones, definitely going to be subbed off. McAllister in here, Soboslai, and then Darwin, Luis Diaz, and Salah are all in as expected. Looking at the bench, we no longer have Diogo Jota to worry about to sub on for these guys. There actually is no Gakpo though, so that is kind of relevant here. So there's no Gakpo to worry about, which is kind of interesting. I know Jaden Dans, the 18-year-old or however old he is an option to come on, but you remove Gakpo and Jota from possibility of subbing on, and I guess that it makes it easier to play the Liverpool players, especially in cash games. Liverpool have to win for the league. Yeah, I mean, people are saying that, but Liverpool rotated almost their entire team at Fulham. So why weren't they saying that, they got to play their full strength? They have plenty of good guys. Gravenberch started last game. Harvey Elliott started in the last game. Endo is a possibility to come on. So Klopp is one guy who's like, okay, at some points in the history, he has played Salah a little too much, but he usually doesn't play players past injury. But back to this, there just isn't as many players to sub on. Harvey Elliott can't play an attacking position. I'm not sure who he'd come on for because he's usually been in that Salah role in the right wing. He could come on for Curtis Jones. Gravenberch could come on for Soboslai kind of thing. So they're your options. Endo in here as well. Let's move up to Manchester United. So Christian Eriksen does start here for Manchester United. Center back. Let me find the center backs here. So it looks like their Wangala is not healthy. So we can get Casemiro and Harry Maguire are playing center back. So that means Christian Eriksen and Christian Eriksen and Kobe Mainoo are playing defensive midfielder. McTominay is on the bench. So, Christian Eriksen barely has played this season. I assume he's going to be off after 60, 70 minutes. If McTominay is good to go, he'll be coming on. Amrabat looks like he's healthy again as well, so he's an option to come on. So I'd say, if Eriksen's bad, I wouldn't be surprised if he only goes 45. We'll see how it goes. Of course, he could go 90. It could be awesome. Could go 90. He is splitting set pieces. So he is 4,100 at DraftKings, so he'll get plenty of looks. Wan-Bissaka, Dalot, Antony on the right wing. He could be in for some good minutes. I can click into Antony right here. He did go 90 in the loss at Chelsea. He went 90. That was also when Rashford was not in the team. So Antony without Rashford means 90 minutes are in play for Antony. So something to keep in mind when picking out lineups. Bruno in, Højlund in, and then Garnacho in. So all good there. Fodderingham takes over for Gerbic, which isn't too surprising. He's been getting blasted lately. Let's see what this lineup looks like. We got it in right here. So it looks like we got 3. We're back to 3 center backs, maybe. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. We still could be a 4-4-4-2 here for Sheffield United. Cameron Archer is in for Ali McBurney, though, so that maybe changes some things up. So Trusty has played as a left back at times. Brooks probably not on the left side. If anything, it'd be Ben Osborne on the left side. So we'll fix that on our end. So this could be a 4-5-2 again. Sorry, 3-5-2 again, or it could be a 4-4-2, where you have. And I'm kind of surprised McAtee is not in the 11 again. Thought he played pretty well last game. Hammer would be an option to go on the right wing with Osborne on the left wing, Brooks and Arblaster in the central roles. Those are the possibilities. Also 4-5-1 because Archer has played on the wing as well. I guess Brereton Diaz has also played on the wing. So all these guys, I mean, they've mixed up their formation a lot of times this season. But that's Sheffield United. Here's Everton. Ben Godfrey, as I mentioned, he is in the starting 11. We have James Garner is back in the 11. He's next to Idrissa Gueye in the midfield. And, okay, Calvert-Lewin is well enough to start. So their usual formate, they're pretty much your usual formation, although you could argue this is kind of like a 4-2-3-1 here with Gueye and Garner as defensive midfielders. And then Decore central, Harrison right wing, McNeil left wing, Calvert-Lewin up front. Reminder, Beto is not available, but Danjuma is back on the bench. So Calvert-Lewin entered this match as a doubt. Is he going to be ready for 90? I'm not entirely sure. We'll see what happens. I think Danjuma is an option to come in for him. Here's Newcastle. All right, let's decipher this. It's up on the site here. So Sharcraft. Okay, looks like the same lineup as last game for Newcastle when Gakpo's wife due to give birth. Okay, thank you for that update there. So he's not in the team. But yeah, this is the same Newcastle lineup that they had. They didn't play over the weekend that they had at some point. I can't remember. They beat Fulham. They beat someone. Tottenham match. Yeah, this is the same lineup. So let me click into Jacob Murphy here. He played as a right back in that match. 3 crosses, 78 minutes. So we can see the 78 minutes thing a little bit worrisome because they do have, Livramento is on the bench, Matt Ritchie, Lewis Hall, Dumat. They don't have many attacking options on the bench. So this is the lineup. Gordon, Barnes, Isak. Let's see how long Isak went in that game against Tottenham. 88 minutes. So I think one of those guys will come out, whether it's Murphy. If Anthony Gordon comes out, if Harvey Barnes comes out, also Callum Wilson is back actually. So that is a worry if you're into Isak a little bit. That if you look back earlier in the season when those two guys were healthy, those guys were subbing in and out for each other, 60, 70 minutes there for Isak. So we'll see if Callum Wilson is able to get on the pitch. That could mean 70, 80 minutes or something like that for Isak with Callum Wilson available. Or at least I assume that's Callum Wilson. I think they have another Wilson on their team. Fairly certain it's Callum Wilson because he was said to be in the squad. But yeah, that's kind of it here. So this midfield is pretty much set. They don't have anyone else available. And then, as I was saying, if Harvey Barnes comes out, we could get Jacob Murphy moving in the front role, in the front 3, and then Livramento playing at right back there. So something to keep an eye on there. And then maybe Emil Kraft comes out, Lewis Hall goes to left back, Dan Burn moves centrally. But that's it here. I think I covered them all here. Let's see if there's any injuries that anyone's tweeting about. I think that's all we got. So yeah, I'm 20 minutes in here. I think, again, check out Jack's article, rotowire.com/soccer trial to get that 48-hour trial. I'll just run through some prices here. Just so I'm just going to run through some cheap prices just to see what we got here. So yeah, all the cheapest center backs, Zabarnia, Medovic, the cheapest fullback. We got Dan Burn playing as a left back here. So he would be the cheapest fullback on the slate. As I said about Austin Trusty, he's not a great DFS player, but he could be playing left back if you're into that kind of thing. Adam Smith, 3,200 going against Wolverhampton. He's in that right back. But again, minutes are slightly a concern. Ben Godfrey, right back for Everton, 3,700. And then, as we're looking at these cheap players, I mentioned Christian Eriksen at 4,100. Look at his minutes for yourself, but he just has not been playing very much. I think he has one one appearance or one league appearance at least for Manchester United in the past 3 months. That was 37 minutes off the bench. I think he went like 40, 50 minutes or something in the FA Cup on Sunday as well. So he's looked slow at times when on the pitch, but maybe that's not going to matter against Sheffield United. And then Ben Osborne, 4,200, possibly on a wing role there. He's had some good floor matches, probably on some set pieces as well. Joe Gomez, as I mentioned, could be in that more of an attacking role instead of Doyle. He is 4,300. I mean, you look at just in terms of Joe Gomez, if he does go 90, he had that floor of 10 points against West Ham in this role. Just so there's something to keep an eye on there. I mean, you could look at that last Arsenal match. Okay, it was Arsenal, so can't really compare it 1-to-1. But that's all I got for this one. So thank you for watching this. Hopefully it was helpful running through all these lineups. Thoughts on stacking one game heavy for tournaments. Yeah, I mean, this season, the Premier League, there's been a lot of goals. It's the highest scoring Premier League season ever is kind of what we're on here. So if you take that mindset, then that kind of means goals in all of these matches. If you want to go with one team who's going to score 4 or 5 goals, it's going to be Manchester United. Everyone's going to be looking at Manchester United. So if you want to not go that route, if you want to maybe go with the Harry Maguire, go with the center back goal, maybe fade Christian Eriksen because he's going to be popular in pretty much every format at 4,100. I kind of actually like playing all 3 of these guys and then maybe plugging in Højlund. I'm not sure how popular. I guess as I say this, I know Manchester United are going to be popular, but the Liverpool players, as Jack mentioned in his article, are all kind of too cheap for what the odds imply in this matchup. I'm not going this Liverpool route because I do think that Everton can keep it lower scoring, especially at Goodison here in this derby. So I do like the Manchester United pieces a little more. Sheffield United have been really bad this season. So we'll see how they play in this one. But if you don't want to go that Manchester United route, I don't think anyone's going to be stacking this Wolverhampton-Bournemouth match. I'm not positive there's going to be goals here, but there could be. And then Crystal Palace, Newcastle. Crystal Palace just scored 5 goals at home. Crystal Palace have only played 6 matches this season with both. Sorry, I guess Michael, I was going to give that stat, but Michael Elise is not starting. So I guess you technically remove Michael Elise from this lineup, and maybe you're not as heavy on Crystal Palace, but obviously he will come in at some point in this match. There could be goals in this one. Crystal Palace just had a 5-2 result. As I mentioned at the top of the show, you have some of these teams that, they're just kind of coasting to the end of the season a little bit here where maybe they're going to be a little lackadaisical. Maybe the focus isn't going to be 100% because they're sitting in the middle of the table. They don't have to worry about relegation anymore, kind of a thing. So maybe you do get more goals scored, but maybe you get more goals allowed. So I do think, as opposed to that, you have Everton, Liverpool, 2 teams with a lot to play for. Part of the reason I might just bet the under on this one. We'll see what the odds are after I exit this show, but that's all I got. I got a company meeting here I got to jump on. But thank you, everyone, for watching this. Good luck. RotoWire.com/soccer trial. Again, check out Jack's article. That is under the paywall, so you need that. You need to be subscribed to get that. And then, again, check out Kits and Waiters, our betting show. We got a few bets in there for today's matches. We'll see everyone later in the week, whether that's DFS or betting-wise. Also see you in the Discord, RotoWire.com/chat.